Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you some Middle Eastern fragrances that just did not work for me. And so I've got a bit of a major declutter here for you. So these are fragrances that I've tried for quite a while, trying to give them time to mature or whatever needs to happen, settle down. None of them have worked out for me. And I think the thing to remember, like so often I will share fragrances, I share how I like them or don't like them, or they may be a wait and see, but you guys don't ever see what happens with those wait and sees. And so I thought I would go through and let you know what I think about them. These have all been gifted to me. I think for the most part. And there's still some where I'm like, oh, I'm not quite sure about it, but I'm not prepared to let it go for whatever reason. But these are fragrances that I can't recommend to you because I don't like them. I can try to be open-minded and go, okay, well, there's lots of people that will like them because it's true. But it's my channel. And so I need to share with you the fragrances that I'm super excited about rather than just having a ginormous collection and giving you guys options, which sometimes is okay. So if there's a fragrance that's just okay, but I don't hate it, I wear it once in a while, those ones I like to keep because they're kind of like reference points. But some of these, just for whatever reason, I can't get behind them. So I'm going to share them with you. All of these came in PR. I always appreciate the opportunity to talk about these and share them with you, but I still have to be honest about stuff. So before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the weird, wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. The first one is Mocha Latte by Khadlaj. This is kind of a caramel cafe latte type vibe. For me, it has potential, but there's something about it that smells lotiony to me. And as a result, I just can't get behind it. So if a fragrance has too much of a synthetic vibe, I struggle with it. And I've realized that although I love coffee, like I love drinking coffee, coffee is a little bit of a tricky note for me. I love Acro Awake. That's a dark coffee that I would like to pair with something else. I don't mind sweet coffees. I have Coffee Addict by Theodoros Kalatinas. That's one that I actually find really hard to wear because it's so photorealistic to kind of a warm caramel coffee. And to me, that one has a bit of a coffee cake vibe, which it makes it work for me. But these ones, these certain coffee ones, I really struggle with it. And there's some sort of synthetic note in this that I struggle with. So Cafe Latte by Khadlaj is a no for me. Another one by Khadlaj is Trust. Now this, I actually really like the packaging in this. And this is actually one of Danny's favorite fragrances. So Danny from Deep Green Beauty, I had her on a couple months ago. This was one of her listed as favorite fragrances. This smells very similar to me to Yum Pistachio Gelato by Kayali. So it's got a similar vibe. This one's actually really good. I get a lot of pistachio, and the pistachio feels a little bit drier. But the reason why I want to get rid of this is because I already have Care Pistachio, and I don't really have a preference between the two. So it's not like this is a bad fragrance at all. But the reality is that I just don't reach for that DNA very much. The pistachio, love it. Love the sweetness in there, but I don't really, I struggle with that opening, with that bergamot feel that's in the opening. To me, it smells a little bit bug spray-ish on all the renditions of the Yum Pistachio Gelato fragrance. That bergamot, little bit of a citric opening, just registers as a bit of bug spray. Now, as I smell this one, I'm really, really liking the pistachio in here. So now I'm second guessing myself. But like I said, I have Care Pistachio. And so this deserves a better home because it's definitely a good fragrance. And I think that's part of it too. When your collection starts to get larger compared to these fragrance influencers that have like 1,000 in their collection, I don't have that. I actually don't want that. I've definitely got over 300. I haven't actually counted. But at some point, if I get duplicates of fragrant profiles, I'm gonna downsize because I just don't need that much. Like I don't need 200 mils of a yum pistachio gelato type fragrance, whether it's the original or whether it's dupes. Just don't need that much of that fragrance profile. I love the Care Pistachio one, so that's the one I'm going to keep. Now, the next fragrance that I am decluttering, it's called Zaman Al Ula, and this is by Paris Corner. I think this is the Parthenon or something like that. It's very cool packaging, like so cool. Like, look at that. I love the packaging. Very, very neat. The fragrance, I just really, really struggle with this one. I believe there's dates in this, and dates is another note that I tend to struggle with a bit. So definitely has this date vibe, but there's a masculine feel to this. It's a little bit sharp feeling, and it just doesn't work for me at all. It smells synthetic, sharp, and then I don't like that date note that I'm smelling in here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's not date, but I think there is. So cool presentation, but I just struggle with it. And for me, it leans a little bit too masculine. So for that reason, I'm out. Now, another one that I'm letting go. This is one that I actually purchased, and it is Eternal Oud by Lattafa. Now, this is a fragrance that so many people really enjoy. I'm almost tempted to keep this one. See, this is what I do. I get into these situations and then I have to keep it. I'm keeping this one. I've got to keep this one. This is a reference fragrance, so I might not wear this one very often, but I do think it's a really excellent fragrance, and so I'm not going to let this one go. So just ignore me doing this. It's so crazy. I was sure I was okay with letting this one go. And then I like, maybe I'm a hoarder. I can't do it with this one. Now, another whole collection that I'm letting go and decluttering is by Gulf Orchid. This was sent to me by Aroma Concepts, and it's the Baklava Bite, the Candy Bite, and the Cookie Bite. Watch me smell these and change my mind again. The Baklava Bite, to me, this doesn't smell like baklava. It smells like yum pistachio gelato again. So it's got that kind of bergamot type opening with a lot of pistachio. I don't feel baklava in this. So for that reason, it's a no. Cookie Bite is actually really quite nice. So this fragrance I enjoyed smelling. I enjoyed it on the skin. It's very, very sweet and cookie-like. This is one I may keep because although it's very synthetic, it does remind me a little bit of Chabot Lait de Biscuit. So it's that sweet kind of caramel cookie. And so this one, yeah, this one I may keep. I'll think about this one because this one I do like the smell. It's very, very synthetic, but I do enjoy this one. So this one I'm going to hold off on. See, this list is getting smaller again. I should go through them before I do this. Anyway, the next one is Candy Bite. This one was my favorite in the collection, but somehow it just smells synthetic, like it goes more and more synthetic on the skin. So it starts really promising, but then it just becomes so synthetic. So even though this one was actually my favorite scent profile, this one had a little bit of floral in it, and it smells like, it almost reminds me of those candy cinnamon hearts. I don't know why, but there's something in it that smells a little bit spicy. There's some jasmine in here, I believe, with some candiness in it. I don't think this smells anything like Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar by Kayali. I don't know if that was what they were going for. They were doing their own thing. But this definitely is its own thing. I think that this one was the most unique, but I just find it so synthetic. The packaging is so cute. I think this is great for a teen, but it's not for me. One that may be on the chopping block is Minya's Caramel Dulce. I really like the packaging. So I like the way it looks. There's the Minya blue one as well that, like, I'm keeping that one because, like, I don't wear it that often. It's got that similar Charosa 62 or whatever, that vibe, and I appreciate that vibe, but it's not really my vibe. And this one I was ready to part with, but now that I've smelt it, no, it's going. So this one is going, I don't know what it is about this one, but it just smells too synthetic for me. And so someone else is gonna love this, I'm sure. It's just not for me. Some things just go really synthetic on my skin, and this is one of them. I find that the Minya ones are a little bit synthetic, but I also find Charosa 62 and all of those fragrances, although they're fun, they are really quite synthetic too. So this is kind of in that same family. It's got some popcorn and butter. I don't really get any of that. I just kind of get a sweet, sharp, synthetic vibe to this. So to me, it's sadly a little bit of a mess. Not my favorite by any means. If you like any of these, please weigh in and let me know. The next one is by Riiffs. And this one is called Prive Noir. This is the bottle. It reminds me of the Brut bottles from when I was a kid. My dad would wear Brut. This is actually, I really like this fragrance. I believe it's got a similar scent profile to Creta Ventus. So I'm not mad at the way it smells at all, but it's just, for me, too masculine. It's not my style. So this is definitely one that I'm decluttering. My guess is my son will end up really liking this. So I'll let him have first cracks at the more masculine leaning ones. Like I said, nice enough fragrance, just a little too masculine for me. The next one that I am decluttering is Tasheen's Lactea Divina. And this is by Paris Corner. I'm almost tempted to keep this one too. That's the packaging. So it's actually quite pretty. The thing that I struggle with this one is that it smells like Blanche Bette. Yeah, no, this one has to go. Smells like Blanche Bette, and I know lots of people love Blanche Bette. I do not like Blanche Bette. I think it smells like sour, milky breath. I just cannot get behind that lactonic feel in here because it doesn't come across. Like, I love milk. Like, I love sweet milk, cream, love that. But this just smells like baby puke to me. And I can't handle that lactonic smell that to me comes across as baby puke. I know a lot of people love this. And if you love Blanche Bette, you may really, really like this one. I know there's a Lattafa one that has kind of a weird head that's similar. I think that they smell very similar. So whatever one you can get at a better price or whatever bottle you like better, it is similar, but I just so do not like that DNA that this one has to go. Next one is another coffee fragrance. This one's by Paris Corner. It's called Affogato Al Caffe, which, like, the affogato idea, like, I just love the idea of coffee fragrances, but they just fall flat for me every time. I have enjoyed this one better than when I first got it. Now I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna spray a little bit on my skin. Yeah, to me, this is kind of a sweet nothing. There's a lotiony vibe to this, and that's another, lactonic is tricky, coffee is tricky, and any sort of a lotiony feel is tricky for me as well. So this one has the lactonic feel, it's got the coffee feel in it, and it's got the lotiony feel. And like coffee lotion, just, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this bottle either. Yeah, to me, it's a bizarre, like, looks like a deodorant or something. It feels really soft and wonderful in the hand. But I'm not crazy about the packaging. And I find, again, that the fragrance goes really, really weird on my skin. Mainly very, very lactonic-y, milky, synthetic baby puke smell somehow in this, along with the coffee. So this just doesn't work with my skin chemistry, and whatever my nose does to that milky note, it's a no-go for me. Another fragrance that I am getting rid of is Golden Elixir by Riiffs. Now, as far as these fragrances like Camera by Lattafa, I prefer this over Camera. Camera is not my favorite. I don't like the dates in it. I'm not a fan of Angel Share, and I don't think Camera by Lattafa smells like Angel Share, actually. I also got rid of Camera by Lattafa. I gave it to my sister because she loved it. So Golden Elixir, beautiful version. of that DNA. So it's got the dates. I think there's some plum in here. There's some of that cognac or rum or some sort of liquor. So it's boozy and it's sweet, but it's just too sweet for me. So this is gorgeous, not my cup of tea. I do, however, love Golden Elixir Reserve. So that one has some coffee in it that kind of tempers that thick, sweet, boozy feel in it. So I'm going to keep that one, but the Golden Elixir is going to be decluttered. The Celeste Aqua, like I think it's Lafed Celeste Aqua. So this is a Khadlaj brand, and I love a lot of these Celeste, like there's Celeste Joyce. That's one of my favorite ones. There's two others of that line that I absolutely love, but the Aqua, I'm just not a fan. It's very, very fresh. It's citrusy. Ooh, maybe I do like this one. It's just too masculine. So I really love it. It's zingy, it's zesty, it's a lot of lemon in there, very refreshing. But to me, it's too much of that freshy that's ever so slightly masculine, although I think that this is unisex. So this one isn't for me, but if you like those zingy, kind of aquatic, almost like a Neroli Portofino type vibe, that kind of vibe, I think that you would like this because it fits in that same category. So it's a really nice fragrance, just too masculine for me, and I'm trying to make room in my collection. So this one's a hard one to let go of, but yes, that one is going. And then Zodiac Solmaris. So I'm definitely keeping the Lunaris. Like it's just such a gorgeous male fragrance. It won't be one that I'll wear on my own that I can think of. You never know, I guess I might. But the Solmaris, this one is again too fresh. It's a little bit soapy. It smells like that typical kind of male mountainy type fragrance. That's just not my vibe. Like it's a nice enough fragrance, just not for me, and too masculine feeling. So yeah, my son of course gets first dibs with all the masculine ones, but this one I definitely, if he doesn't like it, I'm gonna declutter. Yeah, I love unisex fragrances, and I love having some masculine leaning fragrances. But overall, the fragrances that I talk about are unisex to feminine leaning because that's my demographic and that's what I personally prefer. So yeah, that's why these need to go. But this one I can't get rid of. So Zodiac Lunaris smells like Tuscan leather-ish type vibes. That I'm keeping, and then I'm going to keep the Eternal Oud, even though I don't know if I'll ever wear it. It is a beautiful kind of amber fragrance, and I think I might be falling in love with it. I can't stop thinking about it now that I sniffed it. So I'm going to keep that one for now anyway. I have two more that I want to share for you. The first is White Forest Strawberry, and this is another Lafed one, which is Khadlaj. And this one, like, so Brown Choco, one of my favorite fragrances ever. This White Forest Strawberry, I can't even comprehend why it's called White Forest Strawberry. Maybe it's the White Forest aspect of it, but to me, this smells like Yum Pistachio Gelato again. So I don't know, like, I don't know the name. I think that there'd be strawberry in here. There just isn't. It's got that same kind of sharp, I don't know, cleaning product or bug spray feel in the opening, and then some warmth in it. So like it just to me smells like the Yum Pistachio Gelato DNA, which I've already discussed. I've got enough of that DNA, so this one is going. I was so excited about it though, because I thought it was going to be like a strawberries and cream, and so I was so pumped, and then it wasn't. And the last one, this is by Khadlaj, and this is again a gorgeous fragrance. It's called Sara. The packaging is kind of neat, like it's like a little kind of surprise. There's literally nothing wrong with this fragrance. It smells like Eden Sparkling Lychee by Kayali. So has that same DNA. I'm almost tempted to keep this one too. I may keep this one for reference. It's a gorgeous fragrance, but again, I have the Care Fusion, and I found that I stopped reaching for Care Fusion too. That's another one where like if you love that scent profile, this one's gorgeous. Care Fusion is gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with this at all. The bottle is heavy. I actually think the bottle's really pretty. This one I think is probably a little bit closer to Kayali's Eden Sparkling Lychee. It's just a little bit more sweet and effervescent. I'm keeping this one. I'm definitely keeping this one. The Care Fusion, really do enjoy that one, but it's a little bit too sharp for me these days. And so it was one that I wore all summer long last summer, and I didn't want to wear it at all this year because I'm kind of reaching for things that are a little bit less sweet these days. But this one, yeah, I'm keeping this one. So yeah, it's a mess. I'm a disaster here, but you know, I try to declutter. I try to do it well, but then I smell them and get like antsy and can't give them away. I guess part of it is that fragrance, like it's like the perfumes become your friend, like you, and not only that, but the companies, like I so appreciate all the companies that do send me PR. They're like the people that I get to deal with. Seriously, they're so fantastic. So part of it is it's hard to let go because I'm like, oh, I want to have an option from a few different companies because I actually really appreciate the companies. I appreciate what they send, but there's just some stuff that doesn't work for me. So I am going to keep this Sara at least for now. A few of them, like I have to keep them around, like the Lumeris, the Eternal Oud, I can't get rid of that, but there's some that I know for certain that I will never wear because they're just not my vibe, or they feel a little too synthetic. So it would be really silly to keep them when someone else can really enjoy them. So what about you? Are you surprised by any of these? Are some of them your favorites? If so, weigh in. I would love to know. And if you agree with me, weigh in and let us know. Again, it's really important to share the ones that you don't reach for too, because if I say everything is great, like it's just impossible. It's impossible to like everything. So these are the ones that aren't my favorites. What about you? Leave some thoughts down below. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week and we'll talk to you soon. I still think I did pretty good. Like I got rid of quite a few and I needed the room. So anyway, have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.